Hello, everybody. Let's see if you guys can hear and see me. Hello, everybody. Uh-oh. Now I got something echoing. Hear and see me. Let's see. Let's see if that helped. All right, and then let me bring up chat. Yay! All right, can y'all see the starting soon thing? I think I just got the chat to load on it, but it's not really the right color. I need to figure out how to get it blue again so it's pretty, but hello, everybody. Sorry, I was here for a second, then I had to run off. I was seeing my mom for a second. Howdy, Holly. Hey, Johns. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Amy. Hey, Sandy from California. Good to see you. Hey, Amy. Hey, Shar. Hey, Laura Love. Good to see you. Let me know your questions, guys. I know you have a video on guidelines, but could you show us what notes of the guidelines look like for a chapter in COT book, please, for a minute? Maybe she meant CPT book. For a couple of minutes, guidelines in the CPT book. Guidelines in the CPT book. Yeah, let's see. What have I got in CPT? Guideline related. Well, it's cool because the guidelines are usually in the beginning, right before each chapter. So let me see here real quick. Let me get here. And let me get, let me see. Add a video capture. Okay. And does that camera work? Are you going to work for me? Yes, no? Maybe so. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Try it again. Nope, that didn't work. Delete. Yes, delete, delete. I'm just trying to add a camera in here so I can show you my guidelines real quick. If I can get it to work here. Sometimes this thing wants to work and sometimes it doesn't. All right, let me switch pages. See if I can't get it to work on a different page. There's our Discord page. I had that up earlier, working. Yeah, there's our Discord group. Let me see. Add video capture. Come on, you can do it. I'm sorry, I'm mumbling over here to myself. I'm sure y'all can't hear me. I was trying to see if I can't get the computer to show off a camera view. I'm not sure if it will or not. That one's just, come on. Work, 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 work. Let me see, let me see, let me see. And then, come on, plug back up. just not wanting to work. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Yay! All right. For guidelines, her question about guidelines. So all the guidelines are in each section right before you code it. A lot of, the E&M guidelines, of course, have several pages of all the guidelines. Before we start doing our E&M section, if there's anything important that I need to know for a guideline, of course, I move it to the codes. But some of it's easier to keep right here on the guideline page, like for anesthesia, instead of moving them to the anesthesia codes, just because these guidelines are super close. They're not hard to find. They're just 2 pages instead of moving them over there. But if there's anything I need to know, like for code, let's see, R01990, that is usually tied to a guideline about our P6, but because this one includes our CPT code descriptor for P6 saying that the patient is already brain dead, we need to know we don't add that guideline or that modifier to it. Qualifying circumstance, whatever you want to call it, we don't add that to that particular code because normally we do with all of them, according to our guideline, is to let the health plan know how healthy our patients were before they went under anesthesia. But for this particular code, because it's already stating in the code that the patient's already dead, we just need to know not to use that one with that one. If there's no parenthetical underneath it that tells me not to, like normally it's supposed to, then I'll move it to the code. But things I might move up here might be just some modifiers like QZ, non-medically directed by CRNA, maybe. When more than one procedure is performed, anesthesia for the most complex is reported. So let's say anesthesia is being done for a patient who's having some burns removed, but they're also having a bone pop back into place. So whichever one is the most extensive, which probably is your bone putting back into place, probably with some pins and other things being done, screws and bolts to hold that bone in place, but they're also going to get some burns excised and debriefed at the same time, which can happen in car wrecks and stuff. We're not going to code the anesthesia for the burns. We're just going to code the anesthesia for the procedure that is the most. So just putting little stars and little reminders up there on things that might be hard to remember all the time is what I do in my notes. So hopefully that's helpful. I just learned based off of what is something, oh yeah, I didn't know that before, if I find it somewhere, or if it's something that I miss on a practice exam question that I didn't realize before and missed it, then I might move that guideline to the pages where the codes are located. But that's what I do. I hope that was helpful. I hope y'all were able to see some of that. And let me get back to the questions. And where did my Discord go? There we go. Y'all can look at the Discord room while I'm reading chat real quick. But I hope that helps, Laura. I swear my desk is never big enough. Mine is not either. I love my little Lazy Susan that I made. Well, it's not so little, it's big, but I love my little Susan. Lazy Susan, it holds 2 books. I really need a double decker so it can hold all 4, you know, your hip picks and everything all into one. But that thing would be huge. But yeah, I love my Lazy Susan. Hey Heather, how's it going? I've accumulated so many pens and highlighters too. I need to have a donation party. Does anyone know why 50970 can be used with modifier 50 or bilateral? Ooh, we got mail.
There's two things here for Cheryl. This one's for Cheryl and there's one for Daniel.
Cheryl and Daniel don't live here, huh? Yeah, their mail goes to 2416. Not where we're at. Just set them down there, baby. Thank you. We'll have to get them their mail. They're closer to the mailbox than we are. They're right on the corner. My bit rate is great. There is no orange in it at all. We're doing good. Doing good, doing good. Okay, sorry, 50970. Let's see. 50970. Let's see, 50970. We're doing a urethral endoscope through a urethrotomy with or without irrigation. How many urethras do you have? Let's see, I mean, if you were doing that, kidneys, renal, pelvis, ureters, incising the ureters. Oh, I know where I can find that out at. Two, actually. And let's see. Gonna go there. Let's see. We can use modifier 50 or 51 with them. Can use 52. We can use 59. We can even use 82, which is an assistant surgeon when a qualified resident is not available. We can use modifier 99. We can use ET for emergency room services. We can use LT, and we can use RT to identify the right side of the body or the left side of the body. We can do that. We can even use XU. Is there anything we can't use? Let's see. We cannot use modifier 62, 66, and PS is not allowed, but that's about it. No 62, no 66, and no PS is about it. Since I'm here and somebody had me look it up, I'm going to write it in here. No mods for 62, no 66 for teams, and no PS. But yep, we can use those 51 and 50. I hope that helps. Get back to chat. See. I just got in a bundle of 52 BICs, but there is a marker type, even fine, extra fine, that bleeds through. So, yeah, the big intensity you can't find. I love my big intensity. That's what I've got on right now. Where's my, that's what I'm sitting here writing with right now. These are fine. Love these things. But I think I've sold out everything that was on Amazon. Here's that code and where I wrote those modifiers. These are the 0.4 millimeter, and I think they go down all the way to 0.2. But you can see I wrote on that just a second ago, and it does not bleed through on the other side. Love it. Love it, love it. Big intensity. Works just fine. I can find these sometimes at the Dollar General store too. That's where I found them the first time. 0.4. They work good. All right. Just get rid of Discord for just a second while y'all are looking. Yeah, Discord is awesome. Up at the very top of my, let me see, do I have a thing that I can show y'all? Let me see. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Video capture, no. No, I want to do a window capture. Yep, I want to do, no, I don't want to do that YouTube. I want to do, nope. Nope. Let me find a, let's see, do we have that one that will pop up? Right here. No, wrong one. Not there, not there, not there. Goodness. Let me go here. Wrong one. Well, I have it up on both of them. Why won't it go there? That's chat. That won't help. That's Discord. That won't help. But I was trying to show you, and it's just not gonna show. That's, let's see. Okay. That's where it wants to be. Okay. So on our YouTube, since y'all are all there anyway, right here on this, if I can get there, my YouTube channel, up here at the very, very top, right there, is our Discord link. See the little remote control? It looks like a little remote control, or it looks like Mickey Mouse's britches to me. If you click on that, it will throw you into our Discord group, but you do need to, I think if you're on a device, download the Discord app and sign up for your own account free. No one's going to track you like Facebook or anything. You can be completely anonymous on this. I don't get your logon information, nothing like that, but you will get thrown into our Discord group. Oops, that's Twitter. I didn't mean to hit that. This Discord is super cool because, get back over there to that, there we go. I have all these rooms, all these side rooms right here that are moving. All those rooms have different information in it for you. So this is our main chat room, the one that's Medical Coding by Jen. If you want to see the rules of the room, it's just simple. Let everybody have their own privacy, be kind, don't hate, respect everybody's privacy. That's all. No spam. Don't be going in there selling a bunch of stuff. Unless it's, you know, I do have a sell room right down over here for sell your books. If you want to sell your books, somewhere around in here, there it is. If you have any old books you want to sell, you can sell them in here. Y'all can, that way you don't have to pay any seller's fees or anything like that. Y'all can just make your own deals and then ship them out to each other, which is great. Or if you go down here to off topic, if you guys have a side hustle that y'all are doing, like, who is it? We have somebody in our group. What's her name? I just got some stuff from her. What did I do with it all? Sunshine Sticker Company. She is in our group, and I help her to pass her certification exam. Her Etsy name or store. Thank you for becoming a member. Sunshine Sticker Company is turning in her stickers for a medical coding career, but this is some stuff I just recently got from her. I got 2 books and a ton of stickers from her for journaling my trips with my oldest son that we've been doing. I've been saving all the receipts, and one of these days, whenever I get time, I'll be journaling our little trips. So isn't that cool? If y'all got any kind of side hustles like that, y'all can always post them there in the off-topic room, as long as y'all aren't, you know, being, you know, abrasive and attacking people in like private chats, you know, bugging them. But if you want to holler out your off-topic stuff, absolutely come to that room. But the other rooms I have are for any kind of subject in the book. Like I have CPC practice room with practice questions in here. You guys, if y'all are taking a class or a course and you don't understand why the answer is what it is, you can post it in here. You can get tons of help, 24 hours, what to expect on exam day. You can scroll back through all the previous chats. You can do searches for what camera do I use. You can use the search feature up there, all that kind of stuff, and just search for whatever kind of information you're curious about. And there is 2 years worth of information in all these rooms. E&M resources, CPT code resources, ICD-10 resources, tons of rooms. Everything's divided up and organized, and you get to see the previous stuff that people posted. And this looks like me. I posted something big here about the hip picks, and then other people are posting helpful tips about their books, what to do about CPT book prep. Even different certifications have their own practice exam question rooms. If you decide to work on anatomy or terminology, it's all here. Job resources, you can see what applicants are asking for other people to, like if there's any kind of job that is asking y'all to take an exam. I have copies of the exams that I've posted in here from other employers and things like that. Or if I know of a job opening, we're posting them in here. Practicode, if you decide to do that, you can hop in here and post your questions in here and get some help from other people that have already passed. I'm trying to think of her name. Somebody in here did Practicode in like 90 days, all 600 queries, and they can help you out a whole bunch. There's tons of help in there. All you gotta do is ask. So our Discord group is completely free, and it's just resources for you guys. If somebody messages you privately, you'll get little blurps up here like this, but you can message me here. But all this is for you guys to help you out. Where to start is a great room too, because I posted all my best videos about all kinds of stuff here, so that you guys know which YouTube videos to go to for which type of things. I know somebody was asking today about the differences between CCS and CPC. I was trying to find my video for that so I could post that to them on YouTube. Or no, it was Facebook. It was on Facebook. But that's a whole collection of all the best videos right there in that room. If you don't know how to use Discord, be sure and join the Discord tip room. That first video right there will help you out and show you all the ins and outs of Discord. Super helpful. All right, let me get back to that Word document and chat. See where I'm at. I missed everybody while I was out running around. The lay pins, yes, yes, yes. Those work too. She's still healing from ankle surgery. Oh my goodness. You can't find the Lee pins anywhere. They used to be in Walmart. I don't know if they're still there. Hey SS, how's it going? Hey Twinkle, thanks for gifting out a subscription. Who won? Go-Kart won? Aw, that's awesome. Congratulations. So how you join the group, Dr. Power, is you are going to go to right here. You're already here at my YouTube channel. So right here at the very top of my YouTube channel is that remote controller right there. You just click it and that'll throw you right into my Discord group. And it'll just say continue, and yep, you just throw yourself right on in there. My internet's slow because I'm streaming, but super handy dandy. It's all free for you. You can customize your experience, and I've put some things together that now when you join, it'll show you some different rooms. So this is neat and new, but it'll show you different kinds of stuff, so hopefully it's helpful. But right here, my TikToks are there, my YouTube, of course, is right there, and the website is available right there too. If you need anything, I've got tons of stuff here for you on my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com. I've got additional educators that can help you if you hover over the social media tab. Resources here like the CPT book prep, super handy dandy and helpful because it's free. It just shows you a picture. You click on the picture and then it gives you the instructions. So throughout the CPT book, you need to go find all the procedures that are open and all the ones that are closed and just mark those differences. You can do it however you want, but that's how I do it. I do green circles around the words open and orange circles around the words are closed, especially in the musculoskeletal section, because a lot of these are the same nasal septal fracture. The only difference is whether it's a closed procedure or an open procedure. Laparoscopic is closed procedure. So if we go in there with little cameras and fix it, then that's a closed procedure. If we cut you open and we look at your nose with our eyeballs and we work on it and fix it that way, then that's an open procedure. But my website's also full of free information for you guys. I have free videos on some book prep here too. And whenever the internet decides to do something, I have some free videos here for book prep for the digestive system last year. I have my blog that I've been working on. I did a blog on 30 days of ICD-10 learning, and then I just did one yesterday on 30 days of hip picks. Right there for a 30-day calendar of how to work on your hip picks notes and stuff like that. So that's here too. Those are both here. They're just 30-day calendars to help you stay focused. What am I going to learn today? There you go. There's 2 of them. I still got to work on the CPT one. When I get that done, I'll get that posted. the next workshop that I have coming up, you guys know it's going to be on Sunday the 14th, even though I keep trying to say it's the 12th, all day long. We're going to do 75 questions on compliance and guidelines in the same pace as what is expected on the exam. So it's 3 hours workshop for $12. You get a replay of the workshop for 90 days, and it'll be 75 practice questions all about compliance guidelines and E&M. So really good one. We won't do any talking and visiting and all that kind of stuff. And the only questions I can pretty much do is if it's about that particular question that we're working on right then and there. That's happening. I do have a duck class coming up this Friday if anybody wants to join in. It's just more advanced classes. Anybody's welcome. I really say that it's for people that have not passed their exam and they've already got their book prepped and they've attempted and they failed their first attempt or whatever, or their 10th attempt, and they're trying to take it again. This is a 2-hour class for $5 that's just one-on-one with me, with a small group of people, and you can ask your questions and we'll work on more guideline-related questions that will be more like what you're going to see on the exam. We don't do them in a timed version, but I try to pick out super hard questions for you guys to go over. If you can't be there at that time, it's at 8:30 in the morning on a Friday morning, Arizona time zone, you still get the replay for 30 days if you do purchase. I'll try to do some more during the week and different times, but I need to do a survey and see what day and time most people want. Y'all know my notes are there in the shop, but the shared gallery is also super helpful because if you, for instance, want to know how to do OB and delivery codes, or if you want to know what hours I do my free lives, that's here. If you want to know what pens to purchase, that's here. If you want to know how to do your components per vaccine, all your vaccines, you need to go over here on this pink and blue pieces of paper. You need to go add this number to each one of those CPT codes in all 3 of these for your CPC exam. This one too will have a CPT code, and then it'll have another column for a number here that'll tell you how many components that vaccine has in it. Because if during the exam they do counsel a patient and give them vaccines, you'll need to be able to count and add up how many components are in the vaccines ordered. And the only way you would know that is if you wrote that ahead of time. If you want to get an extra hour for your exam, or get bigger font for a printed exam, or I guess just basically an extra hour to take the exam. This is a copy of a letter of what another student sent to get an extra hour for their exam and where to send it to, and that's super helpful. Also, if you want to know how to send AAPC a copy of your transcripts and be able to get your apprentice removed before you even sit for your CPC exam, those instructions are here too. I've got some of my favorite anatomy pictures are here too that just tell you one word things that each body part does so that it helps label stuff super quick. If you want to know how many questions are in each section of the exam, that diagram is here too. So just tons of helpful information here. Plus, you guys can add to this. If you have any cool pictures that you guys want to add, you can add right here too to help other people out. If you're going to take your CRC exam, I like this risk adjustment book. Love it. Super helpful. But my website and Discord, when you can't get a hold of me, you can't ask your questions, there's always somebody in our Discord group that can help you out. And Twinkle's in there lurking around, and MK and Go-Kart. So many of you guys are always in there volunteering and helping out, so I really appreciate it. All right, let's get back to our Word document and get to doing some practice questions for tonight. What y'all are here for. I'm gonna keep showing these same anatomy questions over and over again until we get these things 100% correct and no one is getting anything less than 100% on our anatomy and terminology questions for our CCS and CPC exams. So some of these are a couple of repeats, but you guys let me know what you think the answer is, please. Found your ducks class is extremely helpful when you took it. Aw, thank you so much. Thanks, Amy. I was so heartbroken. I had to cancel last Friday's. I felt so bad, but I was so sick. Honestly, it was really bad. Yes. We all know hair. I'm going to drill these in your guys' heads. All right. First question. What are we going to do? We are going to go look up the differences. When we're in the E&M section, we do not look for the process of elimination. Oh my gosh, I got some new swag in just in case. During the next workshop that I'm going to do on Sunday, let me see, can I do this? Is that going to do? Probably not going to do here. Add video capture. Is that going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. Probably not. Video capture, properties, dual cam, probably not. But go back over here. That didn't help. Does this one help? The video? Which one? I had it on this one. Yep. So I've got the cups with the logo on them now, which is really cool. I'm going to give these away to people that purchased this next coming up workshop. So I've got them in. One of them's super big and one of them's kind of smallish, but they're still really cool. They're really pretty colors. And of course, I got one of them done. Oh, this is the bookmark. I love it. I think it's cool. I think it turned out really nice. But that's the bookmark. It's metal. I'm gonna give that away too. There's another cup with the, oh my gosh, where did I put that? With the, oh yeah, I put it in that box because it's got an error on it too. Oh Lord, I can't get these cups made without any spelling errors in them at all. It's too funny. I got it in here somewhere. There we go. Y'all remember my fiasco with the other cups that I had, and I had them spelt wrong, sentences with the A instead of with an E. Well, I had another printing company make up one with our MDM on it, where it says the number of complexity of problems, the amount of complexity of, and then the risk, and then our logo, and then the other side has go to the answers first, irregularities, similarities, and differences. It also has our peppermint on it, and it's like formally printed on here. And it says, I believe in you. I know the camera is crappy, but we have a misspelling right here. Reviewed is missing an E. So, oh well. I took it off the site, and then now I got to get a hold of them to fix it. But if somebody doesn't mind a misspelling, I'm going to give away that one too. And then I have a magnet, which is pretty cool. And then the mouse pad we'll give away. And the mouse pad is really, really nice. But it also has Stay Calm, You've Got This. It's got some of my favorite, like strike through the text after the word without. The do nots get the red star. Modifier alerts get blue star. Use with get the green star. And then we got unilateral, bilateral, vaccine components. My little logo says don't read. Answers first, irregularities, similarities, and differences. It's got arteries, veins, closed and open in the corresponding colors, and then our MDM guidelines right there, all on a mouse pad. And so we'll give all that away Sunday before the class starts at 2. I'll have to start it a little early, but I'll just throw everybody's name into a spinny wheel and we'll give all this stuff away on Sunday, on Mother's Day, since I'm forcing y'all to be there on Mother's Day. But like I said, y'all get the free replay for 90 days. All right, let me go back to the questions. On these, y'all know we are going to look at our differences. It's going to be this Sunday. So right on the 14th. I keep saying it's the 12th, but it's the 14th on Sunday. And then my next duck class is on the 12th. Won't they be a big help? I hope they will be. We'll say. I know you like the misspelling. I know, I can't believe they misspelled stuff. It's like, my goodness. I know, but that's okay. We'll get the spelling done right. And they're coming out of California, so they're not shipping from far, so it's great, but it's just a little mistake. All right, E&M, we do not do the process of elimination or look for association or similarities. We could look for some coding irregularities with modifiers if by chance they had some modifiers attached to these answers, but this one doesn't. So all we have to do is look up our headers before the descriptors. We're not worried about what the CPT code descriptor says for 221. If you go straight there and start reading that CPT code descriptor, you're doing it wrong. What does its header say? Its header says that is, get my drawing tool out. Oh gosh, I've missed my drawing tool. It's been forever. Forever. Yay, Callie. Admit hospital, right? What's our 9232? That one, our header is subsequent hospital visit. Our 34 and 35, believe those both are observation or admit. Yep. Those are both admit and discharge all in one day for OBS. Know your differences between your E&M codes first by your headers before you look at your question. It'll save you a lot of time. All right, guys, what do you guys think the answer is? I have a query too to my coding family out here. My sweet little jaybird My sweet, sweet boy. Earlier last year, he had a little trouble with some of the kids bullying him. He's 14 this year. Now, at the end of this year, he's being picked on a little bit, and they keep calling him Skid Mark. And I'm only associating with that because of his darker skin. His bio mom is white, not that that makes any difference, and his bio dad is black. But they keep calling him Skid Mark. How does a 14-year-old handle that? What can he say back to get them to stop? They're just not stopping. And I've been trying to think of something clever or witty. I don't know. How do you... I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know if they're being racist about it, but that's why they call him Skid Mark. But why would they? I mean, I don't know. It's not like he's had an accident or school or anything that they could be picking on him. Have y'all had any of y'all's kids deal with that kind of stuff? How does he handle it in a 14-year-old manner? Anybody have an idea? He's only 4. Oh, gosh, Jen. And he's so easy to get along with. He's like a chameleon. He can fit in with anybody. He makes friends so easily. He's not ever had much of a trouble at all. It's just, their testosterone is flowing, and if they can make somebody else feel bad, they're going to throw their testosterone around at this age. But I'm like, what can I give him to help him? Because it's really starting to bother him today. I know. It's super tricky, Makes them feel stupid. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm like, do you just go straight for the racist card and say, like, well, you dropped too many times on your head? Is that why you are, I don't know, but that just seems too rude too. I don't know how to be cleverly. I don't know how to be that clever, but point out how dumb they are, Don't know how to do that. How to be insultingly funny or I don't know, politely funny, or I don't know. But point out their, were you dropped on your head too many times as a child? Is that why you think being a racist is funny? I mean, what's the point here? I don't understand. Skid Mark, that's just so mean. It could be worse. We had a kid in school they used to make goat noises at all the time, and he was teased and called Goat Man all the time. I don't know why, but it was awful for him. I told him to knock him out. James is a big kid too. He's a big teddy bear. How about, I know. Well, his skin, it's ridiculous. We live in the desert. We live in the hottest place on planet Earth. And seriously, if these pasty boys were outside for any time during the summer, James would be the lone survivor because he's got some pigment in his skin to protect him from the sun. It's ridiculous. Those little boys would just burn up and get sun poisoning like I did one time. It's just terrible. Look them straight in the face, say nope, and then turn around and walk away. She talks about how to take away the bully's power. They call him Skid Mark constantly. So what's the point of staring and walking away or saying nope to them? Or I don't know. I'm like trying to think of something. They could still be friends, but something just as, I don't know. James won't say nothing in front of a crowd of people. If everybody's laughing, he's going to laugh with them, but it makes him feel really bad. And he comes home and he's got to let out some of that anger. And my daughters can't take it. Not that he's mean to us or anything. He's just, you can tell he's not feeling well. People are mean. Yeah. Ask them what they'd like to be called. Beat his butt, then go to the principal. Okay, Milk or Whitey. Okay. Okay, Pasty Boy. Okay. Maybe we could start calling them Elmers for Elmer's glue. That's an idea. But I hate calling a name for a name. But what else are you going to do? It's just getting crazy. It's the world we live in. It is. I've seen some of those TikTok videos or something where the girl diminishes their power over them and they say something really cool. But what do you say about skid mark? That's just rough. Big comments for small brains. Let it bounce off of him, create a bubble around him. He does. He laughs along with them and appears to be one of the buddies. He comes home and he feels so bad about it. He just hates it. I told her to knock him out. Some kids don't know they're being picked on. Yeah, that's true. Travis has some problems with that sometimes. I'll hear something and he's jovially happy about whatever the kid said, and I'm like, dude, that is bad. Being ignorant and tell him, call him saltine instead of calling him cracker, because I think that's pretty racist. Maybe saltine or something. I mean, I guess it's all racist, right? We're just throwing it all back and forth, but that's what your son had to do. Okay, Salty Elmer. We could do something like that, right? I used to be bullied in school too. Yep. I was always told I was okay looking from the neck down. Pimple pus. Oh yeah, your toilet paper, calling him TP. That's pretty, yeah, because he's pretty white. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. I like all those ideas. Corn. Because they're, the last name. James was voted most improved player for the baseball season out of all the other players. He got a whole plaque. Toilet paper, we like TP. I like that too. Thank y'all for the ideas. I know I've been way off track all day today, but I like that one. Charmin. Call him Charmin. James. James. When you get a chance, come here. Oh, gosh. I'm having to write them down because I'll forget them all.
Yeah.
Okay, my students have come up with some comebacks for you, my love. Don't look at me so mad. You're going to love these. Tell them, okay, Charmin. Do you get it? Charmin? What's Charmin? What is Charmin?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what Charmin is? Oh, we don't watch a lot of TV. So get that cat out of here. Oh, if it's her, she's okay.
Oh.
I thought it was Sammy.
Come on, iPad.
The little bear commercials where they're wiping their butt. Charmin, the white toilet paper, it's white. Okay, you can do TP. You can also call him TP. Charmin, TP. What about, you know how black people sometimes in the past have called white people crackers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, what about saltine? It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if he's going to call you a skid mark, then he's your TP or your Charmin. That's pretty clever because, you know, he can clean up that poop stain. What else are we doing? Charmin, TP, Charmin. Everybody liked the Charmin one. Yep. Or TP, because if you're the, everybody likes the TP, Charmin idea. Start calling him Charmin, cracker. What else did I say? I had something earlier, didn't I? What did I say? I said something. Pasty glue. Elmer. Call him Elmer because he's Elmer Glue. He's pasty white.
Oh.
Call him Elmer.
Okay.
Like that one too. But the Charmin goes with the poop stain.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Love you. He was mad. He's like, you did not tell all your students what they call me. And I'm like, yep. But now he's happy. Oreo. Yep. They can always talk to me. You know, I've been there. I've lived 52 years. What else are you going to do with my, you know, what good is having a parent if you can't utilize their brain and pick their brain for your own issues? I mean, my parents worked all the time. They were never, you know, back in the 80s, they worked for corporate America. They were gone at sunrise and back home after dark, and they watched Roseanne and ate some dinner, and they were gone to bed. They didn't have time. They did the corporate America thing, which was great, you know, but, you know, I would have loved to have had Google or somebody around, because I was an only child, to pick somebody's brain with some help with all this. So, yeah, I probably do too much. Somebody said 34. Why are we 35? I don't remember seeing an answer for 35. Did we have an answer for 35? I did. Suzette had it correct. Sunny, we are moderate because of the complexity of the MDM. So be careful. Both of those, the 34 and the 35. 34 is straightforward or low, where 35 is moderate. Here we go. So we are, for this question, our answer is 35. They were admitted and discharged in the same day. So that gets rid of those two. Then you just have to match up your MDM. This one was low, this one was moderate. Y'all know going to see these questions over and over and over and over again. Be sure you know this if you're taking CPC exam. Know what each individual letter stands for. Write it out so you've got it. Again, another repeat from recent. Be sure you know what your acronyms are or how to find them. In the very back of your CPT book, the last page, the back cover actually, is where you've got a list of all of the, where are we at? All of the common abbreviations. Some of these are not on here. You can add them, like ARDS, JVD, AFL, AWV, ICR. Adding those there is super helpful. And don't forget, in your lab and path section, there is another page full of, well, that's your definitions, not your acronyms. But there is another list of acronyms in your lab and path 2. On page 600 that have some more acronyms in them. So super helpful to know where to go in your book for your acronyms. So be sure you know where to find this stuff. Oh, come on. Come on. There you go. All right. This one I haven't done in a little while. You guys can tell me what you think the answer is on this one. It's a sac-like structure near the cleft. It can hold a bunch of hair and debris, and it's prone to infections. You want to not ever mess with this area. Just leave it alone. Let it do its own thing. This one is not a There we go. Perfect. Good job. Do I have this big enough for you guys? I hope so. I think I got it big enough. Yeah, I'm up at 26. Look at your prefixes and your suffixes, and let me know where this malignancy would be at. Where would this malignancy be? We got some flippy flops, B's and D's, B's and D's. B and D are incorrect. Now what do you think? I don't know. Striated, did I spell that right? Oh my God, don't talk to me about misspelling words. Oh my goodness. S-T-R-I-A. Y'all know what I mean, right? Striated tissue, yes. Marked with long, thin, parallel streaks. Yes. I spelled it right. There we go. Connective tissue, which, you know, technically, I mean, Doesn't that sound a lot like fibrous and muscle? I mean, it's all really super similar. But yeah. One of the 6 major scapuloid humeral muscles. Which one of the muscles is one of the major muscles? And you would find that answer, if you didn't know, in your musculoskeletal section in the very beginning. You're going to have all these beginning pictures. You're going to go look for your shoulder muscles, right? I like that one. Where did I put chat? Chat disappeared on me. There we go. What was in that picture? Where did it go? It's not showing up. Okay. What was in that picture here? What's in all of the shoulder ones? It's not B. We have 2 that are similar, TE, TE. Yep, C. You're correct, Miggy. It's going to be our trays, our tray minor and major, our minor and major. So they're asking for the which one's the major. So they gave you half the name. Trays, there's 2 of them. One's a minor and one's a major. I know y'all have heard of them before. And the other one's minor. So it's just matching up. And that picture right here, we've got the major and the minor, and they just asked you which one was major. It seems harder than it is. The point of an organ or a body part nearest the point of attachment. Ugh. What a horrifying question. The point of an organ or body part nearest to the point of its attachment. So like the point in the body of where our kneecap attaches What would we call that? Distal, proximal, lateral, medial. Good job. Y'all got that one right. Good job. Proximal. Which of the following is not a part of the small intestines? Ooh, Twinkle's sending me some text messages. I was just sending her something too. I keep forgetting to do. Baby powder. I love that one, Twinkle. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. We are D. Indeed. Good job. Mid-sagnal plane refers to what portion of the body? I have just a few more of these, and then we've got some integumentary, musculoskeletal, new digestive questions on the new digestive codes that have been on the exam. Some more anatomy and some E&M at the end. It says mid in the word, so mid is for middle, right? Yep, not too hard. Easy peasy. Complete the series. They do this on like the heart, the lungs, the digestive system. So if they start picking out like ileum, cecum, what comes next, they do it on sinuses too. They love series. What comes next in this series? Twinkle giving away some more gifts. Xena. Yeah, I met Xena, the warrior princess. I have her autographs, some shot glasses, even worked a convention one time where I got to be backstage with her. It was really fun. Long time ago, in a land far away called Hollywood, in a life I had many moons ago. Yay! With that membership, you get access to my exclusive videos where you get to watch all the old workshops if they're over 90 days old, where you can just pick one subject like cardiology and just do 75 questions of those cardiology questions. Be sure and pause the screen. Try to work out the answer yourself. Within 2 minutes, time yourself. And then when 2 minutes is up, just pick an answer and see if you got it right. That practice will help you because that exam, you really need to build up your skills of getting fast at picking out answers, plus getting to the codes, turning to them in your book, finding things inside your book. Super helpful to do that. And you also get access to all the page by page book prep videos if I've done any on a particular subject. Those are there too. Last 2 years. full of that. So hopefully that helps out. You love seeing her show. You felt so empowered. I do. I have some of these stamps, like real postage stamp books with Xena Warrior Princess and her mate. I forgot what her name was, but both of those girls were there at the convention that I worked, and I had them sign these books of Xena Warrior stamps. I've got them in a box somewhere, probably 20 or so. I don't know how many I've got, but she's always getting arrested for environmental stuff. She's chasing down shipping whale ships and stuff. Last I heard about her, but way cool. Cousin never missed an episode. I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't have a lot of TV when I was younger. And then when I moved out on my own, I never had the money to buy a TV, because it was like you had to buy all these subscriptions and stuff. So when I was in nursing school and just started, never had any TV. So there's like a decade where I missed everything. I still got to go back and watch all that stuff. Lucy Lawless, there you go. Good job. I have her autograph with them too. Yep. They're in a box, sitting around here. I got to find those. Somebody needs to enjoy and love them. I wonder if they'll still ship, they're like, I wonder if they're forever stamps, like with the Postal Service. So that would be cool. One of the following, which means relating to the lacrimal system. Tear. Y'all know I ain't gonna let y'all get over this one. The blonde girl, Gabrielle. Yep. It was the last convention they were both at the same time. That had to have been 13 years ago, maybe, somewhere 14, 15 years ago. Wow. That was a while ago. I saw my Xena shot glass yesterday. Travis pulled it out of a box somewhere. Xena Warrior Princess shot glass. I got it at that convention for some reason. That is hard work. If you ever work at a convention, and what I mean work, you volunteer. So anybody that is ever at a just standing around and is supposed to be helping guide you, when they're at a convention, they're there for free. And that is like slave labor. You're there for 14 hours on your feet, and don't you go missing, because somebody's going to come looking for you. And you're volunteering. Like, I got to go eat and I need to go pee. It don't matter. They're going to come hunt you down. And but in return, you do get to meet some of the guests, get autographs. Maybe, if you're lucky. Maybe. So, yeah. That was hard work. That was slave labor. I mean, and that's bad to say about anything, but that was hard work. That was 16-hour days in professional outfit. I couldn't go in my jeans and t-shirt. No, you got to have dress clothes. Ugh, that was work. That was work. But it was fun. Which of the previous is not a principal first diagnosis? Do you know where to find the answer to this question? Anybody? Can anybody get that right? Does anybody know where you would find the answer to this question quickly? Barb Marley. Oh no, that's awesome. You love going to the Walker Stalker one for The Walking Dead? I did all the Twilight ones. I won a lot of stuff. I didn't work those. I went. But I used to work the Star Wars, Star Trek, and Xena Warrior Princess ones. I used to do those. I didn't mind doing them if I wasn't a big fan. So in your ICD-10 book, you should be turning to your guidelines in the very front of your book if you want to find the answer to this question super quickly. If you turn to G, where are we going to be at? G, I'm using a book that isn't even marred up yet. All right, G33, you've got a list in your guidelines of your official ICD-10 guidelines for reporting. Right here, 16Z down here says it is codes that may be the principal or first diagnosis. So you just need to look through these and check them off, and whichever one on this list, that's where it'll tell you super quick which one of these is not a principal list. It's not D. I picked that one because it has a 39, it has a 9 in it. I figured somebody would pick it because it has a 9 in it. But D can be principal. Remember, you're looking for an incorrect answer. It's asking for which one is not a principal diagnosis. And Z39 is on our list of principal diagnoses. Wound care. I have pain. The notes for pain. Wound care? Wound care. I mean, I have all the guidelines done as notes. All of those. I have some ICD-10 illustrations done up. Some of the indexes are done. The neoplasms are done, of course. The hypertensions. I have the guidelines for all the parasitic and diseases done. Hypertension, cancer ones, heart attacks, alcoholism, the injuries. I have the adverse reactions, poisoning manifestations, those kind of things. She's looking for wounds. Injury, yeah. So I do have a ton of notes for my chapter 19 and chapter 20. Wounds, I know I have a chainsaw one, a baseball bat injury. I have a ton of notes in that area. I don't know about suturing up wounds. Now, I do in the CPT book, of course, around that integumentary area, of course. I keep seeing, Erin, that question. Yeah, you can write on the inside cover of your ICD-10 book. Yes, yes. Now, this page right here that's got your sticky patty things on it, for some reason I don't think you can write on these pages. This one particular page. Now the front cover, absolutely. Boy, let me show you mine from, what year is this? 2018, when I was taking mine exam. Look at my front cover. And this was just for myself. I didn't write it for anybody else, you know. I didn't think about anybody else caring what I was doing. But yeah, I wrote on all this. I've got all the hospital and ACS final rule from the CMS government in order written out. I didn't know what they wanted on the exam. I had no idea what was on the exam. I've got all kinds of stuff written on the front of my cover. And it ended up being so much that I completely forgot that any of this stuff was here, because I ended up using, when I took my exam the first time in person, I really wasn't trying, but I had made some notes, but I forgot it was all there because I was mainly in the CPT book. So that's why when I took it the second time, I planned out all my notes to be in the CPT book. But absolutely, you can. Just don't forget they're there. Like I did. I forgot they were all there. Oh, Mr. Lester, go sit down. Go sit down. All right, so this one, did anybody get the answer right? Yes, C is correct. You are correct. It's one of the exceptions in that list. It says except. So, yeah, perfect. Let me get back over here. C is the answer. Good job. I wrote that question, so I'm sorry if it was confusing. But that's my own question. I wrote that one. I was proud of it. All right. Down to business. Business here. So what I see here is that I don't have to worry about my first code because it's the same code in every answer. So I'm not going to worry about it. When I look at my second code of the day, I look for similarities. And since I have 3 of them that start out with a 1, and then only 2 of them that start out with a 2, I'm going to pick these 2 codes and see what the difference is between these 2, because they're most similar. This one's irregular because it has nobody with it. This one's irregular because it's a 13 code and not like the other ones. So I'm just going to go see what my 12 codes are and see if I'm in the right area. So if I go to 12004, what's the difference between it and a 12044 and a 12004? So my differences, sorry, I'm having to shut y'all over here to the Discord area. But I don't know how else to do it. Ooh, I can make that bigger. Okay. We're going to look at our headers before our descriptors, right? We are not worried and we're not running to a CPT code. We're not going to run to 12004 to read whatever it says beside it. We're going to go look at its header. So its header is over here under Repair Simple. What's my header for 12044? And that header is Repair Intermediate. Headers before descriptors. So I've just got Intermediate, or I'm under Simple. So I've got guidelines that are attached to that, which are over here on these pages, where it defines what a simple repair is or what an intermediate repair is. And I've already read those. I'm thinking about that stuff in my head as I'm going to look from the question from the bottom up, and I'm looking for descriptive words that might mean the differences. Single layer closures are simple. Multi-layered closures are going to be intermediate. Anything here that says it's required to be a deeper layer of the subcutaneous tissue, and it's not going to be super epi, of course. Anything that is perpendicular to the closure line, or at least one entire edge of a defect that could be hard to close up and fix. Nothing that is going to be just super simple. So let's check out our question again. And we're just going to read from the bottom up and see if we see any signs of whether this is a single or a jagged edged issue. And I'm just looking for key terms. I'm not reading the whole thing. Something super quick. What do you guys think? Twinkle's giving away another subscription. Good job, Jen. Eva, you just won that subscription. I hope that helps out a whole bunch. Yep, I see that it says layered. Yep. You see that word, you know you're going to be intermediate. And you know you're going to pick the higher valued code and not the simple one. So we can get rid of D. We know our answer is going to be B. I did a little thing here to show you exactly what I was thinking with the colors. This is all the same color here. This is the same and this is the same. They just want to know, do I know the difference between simple and intermediate? Oops, sorry, wrong one. That one's intermediate. So what you will expect is probably not something this easy that will just say the word layered for you and you can pick the higher code. On the exam, it's probably going to be something sneaky. They're going to say, maybe they say something like single layered with extensive irrigation. But when you're looking through here, all you're going to see is what I've got circled right there that says single layered, and you're going to go pick that 04 and move on with your day. But if you didn't read a little bit before it and a little bit behind it, you might miss that word extensive. And that extensive irrigation means that you turn your simple into an intermediate because of that last sentence in our guidelines over here. Under intermediate, the very last sentence says that a single layer closure of heavily contaminated wounds that requires extensive cleaning or removal of any particles constitutes, which means turns into, intermediate repair. So they more than likely will test you on this. Either they'll say something about a single layer needing irrigation, or that they had to pick gravel fragments out of the wound before they did a single layer closure. That's probably more likely what you'll see on the exam. So be careful about just picking the word single layer or picking the word what we had before. What did we have before? The question said, I'm trying to find my undo button. Where did my undo button go? I can't live without your undo button on Word, really. I don't know where it went. That's funny. Okay. But y'all know what I mean. They're going to do something a little different here. They're not going to say it was just simply a complex one or intermediate. What are we going to do with this question right now? How would y'all tackle this one? Are we going to be running to codes in our CPT book? Or are we going to check our question first? I can tell James is already in a better mood because he's out there talking very animatedly about another subject, but I can hear him from here. And normally when he's sad, he's really quiet and a little, he's usually covered up in a blanket and being all emo, but he's animated and happy out there. So I think that combo helped him. Baby powder. So what we're going to do, we're thinking about on this one, how I would attack it is I see that we have, if I can get my drawing pen to draw, 2 answers are in integumentary and 2 answers are in musculoskeletal. So I'm thinking about the different items that get fixed in these 2 areas because they are very different. Integumentary does repairs, removals, biopsies, those kind of things, shave biopsies. And then musculoskeletal section, we're repairing fractures and bigger, deeper issues. So first I need to figure out, am I going to be coding in for what I did today to the patient? Is it going to be coded in integumentary or is it going to be coded in musculoskeletal? And for that info, you don't need your CPT book yet. You just need to search your question to figure out what you did today. In general, is that going to be in musculoskeletal or is it going to be in integumentary? So from the bottom up, I can see that we cauterized something. What did we do? We bluntly excised something. What did we excise? An encapsulated lipoma. Where do those get coded? That's all you need to know for this so far. Would we be in integumentary for that excision or would we be in musculoskeletal? What do you guys think? I will, Vanessa. Thank you. I can tell he's so much happier than he was when he got home. He was really upset. And that's what makes me talk about him, you know, if I'm sitting here worrying about him. Someone's going to be called Charmin tomorrow. I know it, right? I mean, if they're calling him Skid Mark, then that little white boy is the Charmin to my Skid Mark. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. But I can hear Miss Moss calling me now. She's the vice principal. Now, Miss Jennifer. It was tucked under my muscle. Very cool. Yep, we are going to be in musculoskeletal. Lipomas. So write this somewhere in your book. Lipomas, masses, or GSW or stabbings, gunshot wounds or stabbings, are always coded in 2000s, 20,000s, whatever we were supposed to call those. It's so unnatural to call things 20,000, but 2000s is easier to say for some reason. So tattoo this on your retina somehow or another. Write it in integumentary, write it in musculoskeletal, write it in multiple places so that you remember this. Anytime a question says it's lipoma or a mass or a GSW or a stabbing, you are to code all those in the 20,000s. I had one of those questions on my exam, and I foresee you having it on your exam too, for sure. But that alone gets you down to a 50-50 shot. Super nice to know that. You see the word lipoma or the word mass, you know right away your do is look at your differences between your 31 and your 32. Whatever that difference is the only thing you're going to look through the question for to figure out the answer. So 219, 219, 219, 31, and 32. Differences is only by size. Go find out the size of your issue. Then you know what to code it. One more thing that could really help you out to figure out what the answer is if you play your cards and look for similarities first. Of course, we've got integumentary and musculoskeletal, right? But we do happen to have two diagnoses that are the same, where the other two diagnoses are different from each other. So now that we see the two diagnoses the same, and now we see that this thing that we're dealing with is a lipoma, you know right away what the answer is because that gets rid of this one, right? So now you know what you are, but I don't know if that's helpful or not, but sometimes it is. We've got an encapsulated, so we know we're over the 31, we know we're at the 32 for the 4, or is it the lipoma or greater? It is. Subcutaneous. Are we subcutaneous? No, we are subcutaneous. If we were going to be 32, we'd be muscular. So don't let the 4 centimeters get you in trouble. We're sub-Q. We're not in the muscle or under the muscle. So that helps. Step 1, decide whether you are integumentary or muscle. Because the tumor was found in subcutaneous tissue, we are going to code our 31, which helped out when we were looking at the diagnoses too. Points us right to C also. "20 more minutes." Those are a little alarms for me. Yep, very tricky. You got to be careful. All right. looking for similarities here. We've got 3 of them that are in the 70s. These 2 are closest. I'd probably run to that 75, see what my differences are first. 274, where am I at? 274, 75. 27475. 77. Yep, this one's in a repair. These 2 are arrested. So even though these are all going to be under the same header, I'm not reading the entire CPT code descriptor. I'm reading just the first word of each one. My 70 is just simply a repair. Don't go any further than that. That's all you need. Don't go repair of a non-union, blah, 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 distal head. You don't need none of that info in your head right now. All you need is the very first word is repair. 75 and 77 have a different first word, which is an arrest. So the best way, instead of worrying about distal ends of whatever bone and all that other crap, is to figure out, what did I do with the patient today? Did I do a repair or did I do an arrest? If you don't know what an arrest is, in the musculoskeletal, what do we do an arrest on? On a bone? On a bones. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But it just means that we're going to stop it from growing because it's grown too much versus the other leg or something like that. But we're stopping something. Are we going to stop the bone or are we repairing a bone? So let's see what we're doing today. What did we do? We're dealing with that growth plate. What do growth plates deal with? Growth plates deal with growing, and we only mess with them when we need them to not grow, right? Or we have to repair them. Would the infant likely need to have a bone repaired? Not likely. They're pretty spongy kids. They can fall, and pretty hardy little kiddos. They usually don't end up with a lot of fractures. You really gotta mess with them for that, unless they have a bone disorder. So it's more likely the arrest that we're dealing with. '77, '75 are dealing with femurs and tibias and fibias. What are we dealing with? A femur. But our 75 is an epi distal femur, and we're doing hemi medial distal femur. So I don't like 75 either. What's our 85? 85 is also an arrest. It is of the distal or proximal. We are distal. And also, what's in the parentheses is matching up to our diagnosis here in our question. And we have the hemi, not the epi, with the 85. So I think we are 85. What do you guys think? John changed their mind there. It's close but no cigar. So be sure on these arrests, since they're all starting out with the same word, arrest, and we've got femur and tibia and fibula all in 85, which is crazy, when 75 and 77 separate them out. But the big difference is whether we're epi or hemi. So those are the main one-word differences between the 75 and the 85. So be sure and get those down. Anything that starts off with the same words, you want to be sure and get those differences down ahead of time, because you don't want to evaluate these during the middle of your exam. We've got 2 decompressions at the top of this next column, the 96 code and the 98, 27498 and 27496. There's 2 decompressions, both vasectomies, both of the thigh and knee. Be sure and write those one-word differences between those code descriptors underneath the codes. That way you will have it before the exam and you don't have to deal with that during the middle of your exam. Super helpful to do that. So are we a repair or an arrest? And then what was done? It was the hemi, not the epi. Epi's in there, but it's not the same thing. Just those slight little differences, super helpful. All these probably are all in a row, super close together. I wouldn't mess, I'd just start running the codes. I'd start with my 50 first because it'll be the first one in numerical sequence. 325. 325. 325. 32550. I'm still not even there. I'm in the 3-3 still. Good God. 3-2. How many of you went to 3-3-2-5? That's what I did. 32550. And then we have our 55. Yep, at the bottom, but it's got a new mama, which is 54. 54 is what we have to look at for 55, because we can't do nothing with 55. So one of them's an insertion. One of them's the thoracenteses. What's our 57? It's a drainage, and we can't look at 57. We have to look at 56's mama code. So if this makes any sense, guys. Okay, so this one we have to look at the 56 code because this is a child code. So this one is a drainage. 55 is a child code. We can't do anything with it. We have to look at its mama, which is a 54. 54 is a thoracentesis. Thor with his hammer. And then 56 is also our drainage. And then 50 is insert a dwelling catheter. These two are the most similar, 56 and 57. My one little difference is this one uses imaging and this one has no imaging. Now I'm ready to look at my question to see what my differences are. Any questions on that? Good night. You went to the wrong page too. Thanks. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yes, I am a medical auditor, and I am a data analyst. I have those certificates too. Good night, Gupta. See you later. Good night, Laura Love. See you later. See you at the workshop. Yay, Miggy. Hope to see you there. Yep, arrest equals growth plate. Yes, we are stopping and messing with growth plates when we're doing an arrest in that particular code. Now, we have arrest and heart attacks and stuff like that, but that's in cardiology. But when it deals with muscles and bones, yes, we are stopping the growth plate from growing. Sometimes one leg will grow way longer than the other leg. What are we doing? Are we inserting? Are we draining? Are we doing Thor? What are we doing? First thing you can do is look for radiology. Did we do anything with radiology in it? Because if we didn't, we know we can get rid of 56 right away. And it does say CT scan on there several times. So you know we've got an ultrasound also. Good gracious. We do. We got all kinds of radiology, so we know we can get rid of that. It's kind of tricky because they have pleural effusion in your 55. But how do you tell whether you're doing a thoracentesis or just a pleural drainage? Did we use a catheter or not? That will help. We did use a catheter. We used a pigtail catheter. If you look at 56, it says it's using a catheter. 54, it does say needle, but we normally do just a thoracentesis with a needle. Rarely is it ever done with a catheter, but it does have it in there in that descriptor. Percutaneously, or are we aspirating? Let's look for that. We used a needle to puncture through the chest tissues. We're going to leave the drain in there, which means we're going to leave an indwelling catheter. Right here it says that we're going to just stitch that sucker in there and leave it there. So that is an indwelling catheter. So you know you're going to be under the 56 and 57 since we use the imaging. they're going to leave it there, then we're going to be there. Our indwelling. I've got to move that one down. We might have two different headers here. We've got 14 and 13 kind of numbered together. And then we've got these two 9.5s, 9.2s, and 9.3s kind of together. Let's see if we've got two different headers for these. We might be in those new hernias area that are brand new. So if you don't have a 2023 book, you might not have these codes in there because they're not in the 2022, but hopefully you've gotten them written in by either using my notes or using the document I have that changes your 2022 book into a 2023, or used Google to search up what the new codes are in Digestive and found them. Our differences from the 95s to the 96s is what? Does anybody know what the differences are? The 95s are what kind of hernias, and then the 96s are what kind of hernias. Does anybody know? Thank you, Twinkle. I want to do this one and one more, and then we'll stop because these are the new hernias. So yeah, if you're in the 2023 book, you're on page 389. To know that they stitched the catheter in, Aaron, and left it in place means it's indwelling catheter. I gotta let a cat out. That's why you know it's that one and not the theresis, because that is just a poke and a let it air out, and then you're done. You remove everything. The other one we're gonna stitch in place and leave it there for a few days. Okay, come back. Knowing whether it's an indwelling catheter or just one we placed in for an hour or not. You know, something short and sweet. There you go. Very good, Aaron. Alexei, CRC. Lots of people are going into risk management, or CPMA if you want to become an auditor. Danny, I don't think we look at that kind of stuff anymore. We don't even look at whether the hernia is repaired by laparoscopic, open, robotic, or whatever. We don't even have to worry about that yet. First thing you got to worry about is whether you are initial, first time they've ever had this hernia, or whether they're reoccurrent first. That's just the first thing. Then we'll worry about the other stuff in a minute. So the 95s are initial, and then the 96s are recurrent. So let's just check out our hernia and see if we are initial or recurrent. I already see in that first line, they have a history of it. So we know for a fact we're not going to be initial. So we can get rid of the 95s. Now we're down to just two differences. The 13 is a size is all we got to worry about. Are we less than 3 or over 3? And see, we didn't need to know what type of hernia, like none of that. We didn't need to know nothing else. All we need to know is the size of the hernia. Don't get confused with the size of the camera. That's a camera. A trocar is a camera. But we do have a 2 centimeter hernia. So that means our answer is we don't have to worry about whether they're open or anything anymore like that, go-kart. The new ones are just super simple. Recurrent, initial, and then size. That's all you need to worry about, really. This one's less than 3. 14 says less than 3 too. Ah. And 13 says less than 3. Okay. Then reductible or incarcerated or strangled. Okay. Let's see. Since it's so small, it's probably not nothing big. What do we think? $13 or $14? It's clearly visualized. I don't think it was incarcerated or strangled. It didn't say anything about that at all. It was just kind of sticky and sticking to a particular area. So I would code a 13. What do you guys think? It doesn't say that they had to unknot it or do much to it. Good night. I see you later. This next one I wrote, so you know it'll probably be a little tricky. Patient was having a laparoscopic reoccurrent that eliminates A and D, and then the hernia was not documented as being incarcerated or strangled in any way. So that eliminated C. Left you with our regular one. This one right here I wrote. So if we look at our mainly the headers of these hernias. So I picked our 49591 as C, which is our main header one. It's our repair of our anterior abdominal hernia. And then the 613, that's a repair of an anterior abdominal hernia as well. It just seemed like they all had the same first 5 words, you know, so it was like crazy. And then our 2-1 is a peristoma hernia, and then our 2-3 is an add-on code, which you know you get to eliminate because it's got the plus symbol in front of it most of the time, unless they're asking you which add-on code would you add to another particular self. So this one's got a plus symbol in front of it, so hopefully that can help you eliminate some answers from time to time. But out of the abdominal anterior hernias that I have picked out here for answers, where would this one go? This is a bulge that is protruding due to coughing due to recent COVID infection. Where would we put this one? We know D is wrong. Thanks, Kirby, for joining. I hope the YouTube videos do you some good. I hope it helps out a whole bunch. I hope to see you guys on Sunday. We're going to have another 2-hour free live Friday night with more questions. We'll do it at 6:30 Arizona time zone. I hope to see you then. This one is not C. Right. It is not B either. We know it goes with 49621 because of the name of the hernia. This patient's already had previous surgery done to remove in a stoma, so that's the bag that they use out of the abdomen to have bowel movements. And due to a recent coughing, they ended up with a hernia bulging underneath that stoma. So that only actually has two codes. The 22 and the 21 are only codes related to a previous stoma surgery. So if you ever see the word stoma, you know you're going to be either 21 or 22. This doesn't say anything about them having to unstrangle it or anything like that. So you're always going to code to your lowest code. If there's no distinguishing documentation to back up coding an incarcerated or strangled hernia, so we'll always default to our reductible, which means we can push it back in and put in a little mesh, and then they're good to go. Just took off the prefix and the last little digit, so kind of hid in there is stoma in the name of that peristoma hernia, but layman's terms, we always call them stomas. So hopefully that's helpful. I still have a few more, but I'll save those for Friday because the next one, the one after that is 3 pages long. Yeah, that one's pretty complicated. And then I've got some E&Ms and some more anatomy, but we'll do those on Friday. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned a lot about where to look, that you're not having to read that whole CPT code descriptor when you go from word to word or code to code, looking at the answers. Sometimes you can pick just the main headers above the codes, and sometimes all you need is that first word: repair, introduction, implant. What were some of those other words? There was an aspiration, just the main one-word terms. You're not having to read the whole CPT code descriptor. You can just either pick out the headers before the descriptors or one-word difference. What is that CPT code doing? It's a repair. It's a replacement. It's an adjustment. What are we doing? Just one-word difference. Super helpful. You take that to your question, look to see what you did, and keep yourself straight. Try not to take in too much information from those questions. No stressing. No stressing. June 17th. That's awesome, Jen. You're going to do great. You're here every single time, participating every single class I do. So you are putting in the effort. You got this. Thanks, guys. I hope to see y'all on Friday morning for our Ducky class. I'm going to go finish working on some questions. I had some for last week, and then I'm going to add some more to it, and we're going to have a good session this Friday. And I'll see y'all Friday night, and I'll see y'all on Sunday. I hope y'all can make it for a few hours. And we're going to have some giveaways. I really like the mousy pad. I'm going to be sad to see that go, but it's cute. But yeah. And then the cups are just darling. Even my misspelled ones. But I've got 50 of the other misspelled ones. I got to start printing out shipping labels. Twinkle said she got some more mailing addresses. So I'm going to start printing those out and sending these out too. And I got all day tomorrow to finish doing that. But man, this one's nice too. I can't believe it's got a misspelling too, but somebody already bought one and she emailed me and she's like, girl, you're not going to believe this. I'm like, oh no. But anyway, we'll get it all fixed. But hopefully you guys can win these and also pass your CPC exam or whatever coding exam you're doing. You know, whatever it is, I'm hoping I can make it a little easier for you guys to know what to look for in the book and how to process these questions easier. If y'all have any tips or ideas that y'all want me to go over for Friday, y'all can email me at medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to throw in your ideas into any of the classes. Great, Amy. That's awesome. After 2 cups of coffee, you're wide awake. You're ready to keep rolling, huh, Holly? Well, be sure and get your anatomy updated. If you need tips on what to put in your book and how to update your CPT book, you know I've got that whole darn website out there and ready for you guys that you guys can go here and get all the tips you want, all for free on how to do the book prep. So right underneath resources, just go to CPT book prep. It's right there for you. Just click on any of the pictures and it'll give you the instructions whenever my internet decides to go that way. It gets pretty slow after I've live streamed for 2 hours. It gets pretty slow. I see it in the orange right now. I also have some ICD-10 and HIPICS prep ideas here too. And if you want to book the workshop or Friday's class, you do that there. Yep. There's the anatomy book prep too, and how I do my ICD-10 book prep too is here. Some sepsis guidelines, HIPAA, other cool sheets that will help you out. This is E&M guideline tips right there too. How to do baby deliveries and what the difference is between the mama and child codes. If you don't know what that is, that's a one-sheeter there that will help you out in case you're super brand new. But all that's super helpful. And of course, if you want a misspelt mug or a mouse pad, even your license plates with our logo on it or Christmas wrapping paper, I've got all that done. Isn't that cute? The magnets there. I even have socks with our logo on it. I was playing around on an airplane, playing with these. Oh, I do have the I have the mask here too because I wore it during the airplane. It's small, so you can have a small face for that one. I'll have to find somebody that prints them bigger. But it's fun playing around with this stuff. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys later. I'm going to go finish my digestive notes so I can get them posted and up for you guys for 2023. Then I'm going to do musculoskeletal and cardiology, and then I'll be ready for medicine section. Ooh, I'm so behind this year. Good gracious. I love y'all. I will see you on Friday.